our year, baby. Let's do this. Woo!
Hey, Loudy. Chubby. Loudy, I just want to put you on notice. I wanted you to know it's abundantly clear. Your days in ACPW are numbered. Your time around here, it's almost up. So you better enjoy it while it lasts, because it ain't gonna last much longer. Because you know, Loudy, we have zero tolerance for failure around here.
He doesn't know about contracts and legalities. What a dumbass.
Hey there. I'm Jesse. I'm working here tonight. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
You good? Yeah. The title's mine! It's mine!
Hello, ACPW. You're here with the Jersey Kid. And tonight, February 20th, at the Northeast Community Center, the Jersey Kid is here to make an impact. I'll see y'all out there.
The guys doing all the stuff themselves. I stay in the background. I'm going to ACPW. There's going to be a lot of changes this year. Right now, I'm introduce the new commissioner. He's going to make his way out right now with John Cisco.
Now look, I spent my whole life wanting to be a professional wrestler. That was my life dream. And 2004, I was in a car accident, kind of squashed the dream. And someone was able to buy my way back into professional wrestling. And so that's where I am now. Can't wrestle, but I realized that this federation's kind of got a lot of slop being shown and shoved at it. Like a lot of the old, washed up, beer drinking, beer swilling. You need to get rid of the trash. And you guys pay money to be here to see it. And we need to put on a better show for it. So that's why I'm here. Because whenever I can be involved in wrestling, it's my dream. I'm going to change things, make them better now that I can't actually be here performing. I'm going to make it better however I can. And I'm going to introduce to you kind of an example of what we're talking about as far as the future of the Federation is concerned. Okay? Right here, the picture of the future of the Federation. We'll call Frankie Frizzo out here right now. This guy is an example of what we're looking at for the future of this business. Frankie Frizzo, where you at?
This guy's not good enough for anything.
I want to thank you for this normal contender shot, because I know I deserve it more than anybody in that locker room.
What?
And you, yes, you were.
We didn't.
Yeah, okay, so,
Him?
he kind of jumped around there. I'm looking at the trash in the back, and look at this guy. He's good looking, he's young, he's athletic.
You know what? I'll put my differences aside with you for right now, for one day. But right now, go ahead.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, this guy, I know this guy. I've worked with this guy for years. Years and years and years. He's dependable. He's going to be what we're looking for this federation. And that's why I want him to be the new #1 contender for the trash that we have back in the back.
Really? No. We cannot have this right now on the day. We cannot have this on the debut of the brand new commissioner. No!
Hey, security, you might want to come sit down right here. Hold this boy's head.
Keep him back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gemini. If you don't know. How you doing? I'm going to tell you a real quick story, folks. Last year in this building right here, acpw called me, my partner, my little brother who's not here right now, to help acpw do this and that. And what did we do? We come help them. We didn't want to help them, but we did. I become the #1 contender against Big Vito.
No.
Your little retarded ass comes in here and think you gonna take my match with me. I don't think so. If you don't know my history, I will knock you out. It doesn't mean anything. Brain injury, I'll give you a brain injury, buddy. You're gonna take this young man, who I used to call like. Last year, it was me and you in that corner, which some other people don't even did. But they give you, what is this right here? The TV Internet Champion.
That's right.
You proud of that?
Damn right. I want something more. I want something more.
You need to get a toothbrush. You really need the floss, son. Barboard, something. You don't like my image.
No, he doesn't.
I drink. We all drink. You drink, don't you? I know you drink. You go right now. So we drink. We chase women. Any single women, raise your hand. I'm available 45 now. Come on.
What are you?
I'll talk to you later. I'll see you. We drink, yeah. I'm old. I've been doing this 16 years. I'm old. I'm fat.
Yes, you are.
I'm real fat. But I can still fight. If you think you're going to take this title shot away from me, and you think you're man enough?
Hey, yo, wait.
Now you got your man. Oh, what? Let's go. You think you're man enough to get in my face? I would beat everybody in that locker room. I would beat everyone in this locker room and everyone else.
Excuse me, wait. Hold on. You
kick some ass.
Come on!
Cut that music, the commissioner has something to say. One man, gentlemen.
Well, gentlemen, now you can fight.
Well, you got to say,
Alright? You want to tell me? Alright, now look. You want a shot. You want me to say it's your shot, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, I want my shot.
don't shake his hand, you're ready. Don't shake his hand,
This is. Well, tonight, we have a triple threat match. You, Corpse, my man, triple threat match. Hold on, he must be doing a triple threat match. So that means that's no DQ, no disqualification, am I correct? Huh? Go ahead and say it. We know you're blah, 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 blah.
You're not insulting the commissioner.
What we're gonna do this is no DQ, no disqualification. Fine, you got it. You got it. Top of that, another thing is, I noticed that acpw doesn't have any real women's wrestling. And nowadays, all women's wrestling is divas and I think everyone here deserves to see what women's wrestling is really like. And real women's wrestling. Real women's wrestling. Like WWE. And so I think tonight, we're going to start with a title match for the new acpw Fury Wrestling Women's Championship. This is revolutionary. Okay? Never seen before in acpw.
I want something.
Break them up. Their time will come later. Later or not. Get in the back. No, you. Get in the back. Y'all need to sit down, shut up, let the man speak. You need to respect the new acpw commissioner. All you people need to shut up, let the man talk. He has important things to tell you about the new Fury Wrestling. Sit there, make him stop. He has important. Oh, shut up. You know what? Let's get this night started properly, shall we? I want to introduce you to the first contestant in your first match. He hails from Australia. He is part of Zero Tolerance, Breaker Morant.
All right. Johnny Cisco called on for his first client, Breaker Morant. The madman from Melbourne, the man from Southern Australia, Breaker Morant. tonight. He is going to clamp down tonight like a dingo on a dead kangaroo. A dingo on a kangaroo. Yes, sir. That is how vicious this man is. He is a bloodthirsty headhunter. Well, I guess we're about to find out just how bloodthirsty he truly is. He definitely appears to be in, well, working cahoots with Johnny Cisco. Zero Tolerance is already making a strong presence at the very first opening contest of this ACPW show. Definitely seems to have an air of the crowd about him. He knows what the crowd wants. He's a good man, an honest man. You know, Blackie Sanchez's shirt says, "I heart being black." But tonight, after Breaker Moran gets done with him, he's going to have to love being black and blue. Breaker Moran is going to absolutely annihilate. Look at him. He's a pipsqueak. Breaker Moran is what? 6'2", 250? Now, Blackie Sanchez is what? 5'2", 67 pounds? You can definitely say he's facing an uphill battle in facing this match. There is absolutely no way Blackie Sanchez has any shot against the madman from Melbourne. Look at him, look at that thug. We're still waiting for Breaker Moran to get in the ring to hear the ring bell. It's a smart tactic, you know, you enter the ring on your own terms, it gives you the advantage. I mean, not only is Breaker Moran tough, he's procrastinating, he's hesitating getting in the ring with Blackie Sanchez. Why would he need to procrastinate against a pipsqueak like Blackie Sanchez? There you have the ring bell. And look at Breaker Moran. No respect for the crowd. No respect for his opponent. And why should he? He's better than everybody else in his arena. He's better than Blackie Sanchez. Hey, this shouldn't even be a contest. Fans are showing no respect for Breaker or Cisco. And that is just a shame. Why should they show him respect when they show him, or when they show them no respect? Yeah, well, it's the same thing as when loyal subjects show their tyrannical king some respect. Any idea of the sense of equality? No. All I know is Breaker Moran is better than everybody else, and they should get down on their knees and bow down to him as they should. Breaker Moran is better. He's going to show it tonight. No man should ever bow before another man. We have no idea what you're talking about, and that's why Philadelphia is full of scum. And here comes the lockup. Look at the power of Breaker Moran. Is overpowered by Breaker Moran. Like I told you, the madman from Melbourne. Is that supposed to be intimidating to Breaker Moran? And they're circling around the ring. And another lockup. You know, to coin an animal from Breaker Moran's native Australia, Blackie Sanchez reminds me of a kiwi. He's taunting his opponent. He definitely has an air of superiority about him. And can you blame him? Honestly, can you blame him? Look at him. Look at that athletic specimen in the ring. You see, the time could be better spent, though, attacking his opponent rather than taunting him. He doesn't need to attack. He lets Blackie Sanchez come in, make the first mistake, pummel him from there. That's how he's going to do it. Look at how overpowering he is. He doesn't need to make the first move.
Ref's going to have to get between these two to drive him out of the corner. Stiff kick in the back of the leg.
That was a cheap shot. That was a cheap shot
on the offensive early, trying to weaken those legs. If he can weaken the base of Breaker Morant's powerhouse, he might actually be able to even this field.
And while I agree, that is excellent strategy. You know, take the big man off of his base, get him on his knees, so he doesn't have the power and leverage. I still feel it's all for naught.
Good roundhouse kick. And a drop kick to the temple of Breaker Morant. And Blackie Sanchez is definitely on the offensive.
And look at
He's
this.
up on the ropes.
Blackie Sanchez is throwing everything he has at Breaker Morant, and he has not gone down yet. And there's, the black slap.
Morant's dropped to his knees. That powerhouse may be fading.
He's just setting him up. Don't you worry about Breaker Morant.
Says it off the top. We got a 2 count. He's got the ropes. Excellent move by.
And more so than that, look at the ring presence of Breaker Morant and excellent eyes by senior referee Malcolm Slick. Now what about it?
May have shifted.
May have shifted. It definitely has. Look at the power of Breaker Morant. Oh, clubbing blow. That could fracture some vertebrae.
Tough shot to the back of Blackie Sanchez.
Look at the power at the military press. Look at the power. Oh.
That's a rough drop from almost 6 feet held above his head.
That's me over. That cover 1 and 2.
And Blackie Sanchez finds somehow to kick out of that.
I will give the pipsqueak. He has heart. He has guts and he has courage. I'll give him that.
He's getting back up. And look at this. Blatant disregard for the rules. Look at Johnny Sanchez attacking him on this time. Cisco.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's not cheating unless you get caught. Johnny Cisco is just protecting his investment. That's all.
Blatantly breaking the rules and attacking the opponent.
Protecting his investment. There's a difference.
Look at this again. Johnny Cisco getting involved, and the referee spotted him. He was just tossing him out.
He was helping him out. I do not agree with that whatsoever.
Cisco should be tossed out. Breaker Morant has Blackie Sanchez.
A mighty scoop slam.
The knee to the chest, a cover. That's a 2 count. Referee calls for a 2 count. Blackie Sanchez has spirit. He has spunk. He's fighting through this.
Now is not the time for Breaker Morant to get frustrated. He has Blackie Sanchez right where he wants him.
Kicking the opponent while he's down.
Hey, this is professional wrestling.
Again, breaking the rules, using those ropes is prohibitively.
He has a 5 count to break. If it was that bad and that illegal, they wouldn't give you the 5 count. It would be an automatic disqualification, just like a chair shot. That's all I'm saying. And what about that? What about that, Wolfgang? You want to talk about blatantly illegal? That was a blatant low blow. Senior referee Malcolm Slick completely disregarded it.
I condemn the low blow. I would like to see Blackie Sanchez win this match the honest way.
But it's just like I'm saying.
Fault him for trying to level the playing field here.
And see, turnabout is fair play. And I'm glad referee Slick let that go. I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Irish whip goes for the
clothesline. Blackie Sanchez is going to rebound up the top rope. Goes for it and a drop through clothesline. He covers. And Breaker Morant kicks out easily.
And there's the power of Breaker Morant. A glancing blow like that diving clothesline isn't going to be enough to keep him down.
The leg sweep DDT, and Blackie Sanchez covers a 2 count again.
Gets it too. Like I said at the beginning of the match, Blackie Sanchez cannot keep Breaker Morant down.
Looks like he's going up. Starting the crowd behind him. And he misses the big splash, landing squarely on his chest when he comes down onto the mat.
Breaker Morant playing possum.
Going to have a moment here. He's going to have the momentum. He's waiting for it.
What's he going for? He's going for the icebreaker.
Cut him up.
There it is.
This could be it.
Look at the power of Breaker Morant. Look at him. Oh, the icebreaker. There it is. That should be it. The cover. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Match. A well-spirited contest between Breaker Morant and Blackie Sanchez, but in the end, Breaker Morant does come out victorious.
Super strong right now.
Johnny Cisco stands proud with his employee.
The true future of ACPW. First up, we'll let you go for right now. We'll see what happens.
Strong showing by Breaker Morant. You know, this could be the year.
All over a broken enemy. This is not honorable.
This could be the year. Zero Tolerance comes back into the fold. Breaker Morant looks like he should be in contention for the title.
To the locker room. Looks like he may need some help getting back to the locker room. That icebreaker really was devastating.
And as he should. Just goes to show, a pipsqueak like Blackie Sanchez should not step in the ring with the maniac from Melbourne, the badass from Southern Australia, Breaker Morant.
Robbed a new member. I don't know. Kwame, Slot, Gemini. I don't know how it's gonna work out.
What's up?
What's up?
Tell me, what's up? Look like you got butterflies in your stomach.
Nah, no butterflies.
Good. Just want you to know something, kid. This is your tryout. See, you ain't CMB yet. But if you do well tonight, you just may be. How's that sound to you?
Sounds good to me.
No. It should sound damn good to you.
Sounds damn good to me. That's a lot of backup. That's much needed, seeing as how my partner.
No. Let's not talk about your partner, cause he's fucking up. See, he done screwed up very big with us. But see, we've been watching you. We noticed you got a lot of talent. We got a lot of potential in you. Still a little wet behind the ears, still a little light in the ass. But other than that, you're good. But just know this. You screw up, damn it, I'll kill you. We on the same page?
Same page, same book.
Good. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing 180 pounds from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Mark Angel.
We're waiting for the entrance of our next contestant, Mark Angel.
looks like we have a traditional Jersey versus Philly going on here. And you know what? I've been to Jersey many times, and I must say, New Jersey is a beautiful state. You know, it reminds me a lot of Toronto, as far as its beauty is concerned, and the quality of people.
It's a land of flats full of malls stretching from one end to the other.
No, Wolfgang. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be getting New Jersey, the great Garden State, confused with Central Pennsylvania.
So you must be getting New Jersey, the Garden State, mixed up with New Jersey, the garbage state.
No.
Maybe New Jersey like to dump all the trash.
Look, let's take a look. Let's physically examine the Jersey Kid and Mark Angel right now. Mark Angel has a gigantic grease stain going down the back of his shirt, just like some kind of South Philadelphia scumbag. And look at the Jersey Kid. Look at him. He's ripped. He has an excellent physique. He's got custom-made trunks. And that is a physical talent. Look at him. He was also one of the top guys in the House of Pain. And these guys have featured all across the East Coast. And they've now come to ACPW to finally finish what they started years ago. And I tell you what, the Jersey Kid has Mark Angel's number. He'll show again tonight. Nice shoulder block takeover.
Right of the ropes. And a crisscross. He tried to fool him, but it didn't work. Mark Angel wasn't falling for the old trick in the book.
And you know, I attribute that to not Mark Angel being smart, but to the fact that they've wrestled so many times, both these guys know each other.
A nice drop kick to the chest of the Jersey Kid. He rolls out of the ring to avoid a pin.
That's a smart move. That is a smart move. Like I said before, enter the ring at your own terms.
He's walking away from his opponent like a coward. A vicious open hand chop.
Mark Angel too slow, getting back in the ring. Beautiful European uppercut. Look at that. I want to start calling that the Asbury Park uppercut.
Another chop. A right to the eye, blatant again, disregarding the rules.
Hey, he wasn't rigging the eyes, he was just trying to grab the head. Another Asbury Park uppercut. On a nice Hurricane Rana head scissors. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is why New Jersey is better than Philadelphia. I just proves it right there. Exploder suplex. Beautiful. He T-boned him. You know, Wolfgang, I love how the fans are chanting Jersey sucks when it's highly obvious that the Jersey Kid has gotten the better of the Philadelphia native this entire match. Oh, he curb stomped him.
Stomp, a brutal match.
Smashing his face off of the canvas. That should be it. The cover. 1, 2, and this one's over. There's no way that was 2. Referee Big John Sorrow obviously needs to count faster. Nice clothesline. Knocking down the Philadelphia native Mark Angel. He's proving without a shadow of a doubt that Jersey does not suck. I mean, let's examine. Let's look at all the great people that come from New Jersey. I had 2 people come to mind right off the top of my head. Bruce Springsteen and my good friend, John Bon Jovi. Multi-time Grammy Award winners. Nothing good ever came out of Philly. Beautiful clothesline.
Nothing good ever came out of Philly.
Yes, nothing good ever came out of Philly. Nothing. I hate cheesesteaks. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Nothing good ever came out of Philadelphia.
The Declaration of Independence has never done anything for you.
I'm Canadian. What has the Declaration of Independence ever done for me? Nothing. Absolute nothing. Working on the back of the neck of Mark Angel. Irish whip. Oh. He may have telegraphed that a little too soon.
The Jersey Kid is down. Mark Angel appears to have the momentum back. He covers. It's a 2 kick.
Not gonna keep the Jersey Kid down. You can't keep New Jersey down from a spinning neck breaker. Beautiful reversal. Look at the intelligence.
He's going for a pin. A snapmare. Oh, little kick to the back. Mark Angel with a brutal kick to the back of the Jersey Kid. He spins through. Covers. 1, 2. And
of course he kicks out. Of course he does. That just shows the heart and soul of New Jersey. Everything that the New Jersey Kid stands for, Philadelphia cannot stand. Because they know the Jersey Kid and the state of New Jersey is better than Philadelphia.
Heads is reversed by the Jersey Kid. Goes into a DDT. Covers. And the Jersey Kid kicks out after a 2 count.
And where does the Jersey Kid get all of that? Where does he get that determination from? It's from being homegrown in the state of New Jersey. STO backbreaker. Gorgeous. Absolutely incredible.
Really can't blame them though. They have been taunting him the entire match. At this point, it may be fair play between the two. Looks like he's calling for it. Jersey Kid is up. Mark Angel is struggling to stay on his feet.
Boot to the guy. Looks like going for. Beautiful Russian leg sweep. A twisting Russian leg sweep. Absolutely gorgeous. It's that kind of innovative offense that can only come from the great state of New Jersey. Sets him up in the middle of the ring. Jersey Kid's calling for it. He's calling his shot. A spring aboard. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful 450. Jersey goes over Philadelphia. Jersey does not suck.
For once in history, Jersey has gone over Philadelphia.
The Jersey Kid has proven that Philadelphia is nothing compared to New Jersey.
It would be nothing without Philadelphia. Respect for the crowd, but as I said, at this point it may be just fair game. Neither the crowd or the Jersey Kid seem to have any respect for each other.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, the Jersey Kid is going home with the winner's purse tonight. He's getting more money than Mark Angel does. What the fans say, it means nothing to him. He got the win, he's getting the money. You know, his stock has risen in ACPW because of that incredible victory.
Right there, yep. And Mark Angel is going to go home with a loss. He's trying to seem somewhat magnanimous, but it's going to fail.
He needs to go home and lick his wounds and think twice next time before he challenges the Jersey.
From Old Forge, Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania, which is of course nearby Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. home of the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Penguins and the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Yankees, both minor league teams of two major professional teams in the National Hockey League and Major League Baseball.
May I stop you there? May I remind you that the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Penguins and the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Yankees, they're the minor league affiliates of champions.
I will give you that, Jason. They are the minor league affiliates of two championship teams, the two last championship teams.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Wolfgang. Who did the New York Yankees beat in the World Series? Again, if I recall correctly,
they defeated the Phillies, and you know it's
oh, that's right. Just adding to my statement that nothing good comes from Philly. You know, I've been to Old Forge. I live right around there now. You know, I have a summer house in there. They got some fantastic pizza. Old Forge style pizza is absolutely fantastic. But if you've never had it, I suggest you try it. It's like the slop you get down here in Philly, but better. I wholeheartedly agree with them.
And showing no respect for the lady of Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the house of punk rocker, weighing in 175 pounds, Glenn Storm!
Trying to get the crowd on its feet, trying to get them behind him early. And his opponent lounging in the ring, of course, showing no respect at all again.
All right, here's my question. Does Glenn Storm have a case of mistaken identity? Does he even know who he is? How can you be a Hollister punk rocker? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It seems to me that this guy is just trying to make a cheap attempt to win all the fans over by pleasing different genre of people. And you know what? I have nothing but respect for that. Matt Turner knows who he is. He knows exactly what his identity is. Look at him. He's cocky, he's arrogant, but he can back everything he does up. And he's proved that time and time again.
Ben Storm's getting the crowd over behind him. And we have a lockup to start off the match. Into an armbar. Ben Storm's just wrenching it. He's attacking left arm early.
Good counter.
He's got it locked in rather tightly. It's going to be tough for Ben Storm to break out of this. And he reverses himself. Bruno snapmare covers. We've got an early 2 count.
I'll give him that. It was a
shoulder up.
It's a beautiful headlock takeover. I'll give him that. Got some nice chain wrestling going on right here. But see, look at that. Look at that. He's got the leg scissors on around his neck.
Glenn Storm reverses into a bridge, covers, and another kick out. Glenn Storm's on the attack, trying to get this under control.
Storm definitely looks like he's trying to get this over with early, and can you honestly blame him? He knows he can't stand long in the ring.
Matt Turner gets his shoulder up too after a 2 count. A leg drop, another cover. And he gets it up after another 2 shot. And Storm's applying the headlock. Looks like he's trying to choke out his opponent here, put him to sleep. He's got him up. He's calling for a suplex. Beautiful suplex. Matt Turner's legs come down, they're up the head to hurt. And a quick 1 count as Matt Turner kicks out.
Definitely did not get all of that suplex. Definitely did not get all of it.
The ropes must have caught some of his legs and brought down some of the inertia.
And see, it just goes to show. Glenn Storm does not have the ring presence that Matt Turner does.
Early shoulder block, cover. That kick out after 1 again. Glenn Storms is trying to wear down his opponent early, but failing to. Oh, a stiff elbow to his opponent from Matt Turner. Glenn Storms is reeling after that. Irish Rip into the ropes. He's down. Beautiful elbow. Beautiful back elbow. Down. It appears we may have seen a momentum change here.
Beautiful back suplex. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Look at that.
They're taking time to work on those calisthenics.
And look at him, and you can tell he is dedicated to his workout. Look at those abs. I mean, if you can get away with it in the middle of the ring, why not? It just upstages everything Glenn Storm is doing. Northern Light suplex, we're on the two, beautiful.
At the 2 count, that was a beautiful Northern Light suplex from Matt Turner on the Glenn Storms with a decent range on a 2 count.
It's fairly obvious that Matt Turner is very well versed in suplexes. There are no counters to a suplex master.
He's attacking the arm of his opponent.
Look at that.
Repaying the attacks from earlier, perhaps.
And he's setting up for that Fujiwara armbar, that devastating maneuver.
To the mat. Matt Turner works his opponent up, kicks him in the back of the leg and drop him down to a knee. Another kick to the chest.
Good snap kick to the chest. Styles in the fingers too. Look at that. Excellent, excellent. Oh, a hammerlock STO.
He covers.
Definitely working on that arm.
He's trying to get the cover down, but Glenn Storm's shoulder is not down.
Oh, looks like he's going for a short arm scissors there. Still working on the arm. He is definitely, without a doubt, setting up for that devastating Fujiwara armbar.
Glenn Storm's trying to get the crowd to get some momentum back. Trying to get himself back to his feet to a vertical base. With an elbow to Matt Turner, a second elbow, a third. He pushes off after breaking out of the headlock. And a drop kick, and Matt Turner's down. Glenn Storms is back on the attack. Glenn Storms pushes him in a corner, getting the crowd behind him. And a monkey flip drop back.
Very athletic maneuver there. I give credit where credit is due.
Third leg drop. And a cover. 1, 2. That's a 2 count.
Will take much more than that to keep Matt Turner down.
Stiff shot to the back arm. Glenn Storm's taking control of this match. He's going to need to keep on the attack if Matt Turner's going to keep from coming back. Matt Turner with a vicious forearm to the neck.
He's setting him on the top rope. What's he going through here? Oh, he saw a
slap to the face. No respect from this opponent.
And that doesn't cause much physical pain. It's more of a psych out than anything. It's getting inside the head of Glenn Storm.
They got each other locked up.
Going for a superplex.
Could we see one here?
Getting the superplex up.
Vicious second rope super.
Brutal superplex. Both men are down.
Is hurting. I think he took the brunt of that attack, however. Matt Turner goes for the cover. And a 2 kick. Glenn Storms kicks out. Still not enough to keep either one of these men down.
He's got that Fujiwara locked in. He's got the Fujiwara locked in. This should be over. If he was on his arm well enough, which I think he did, this match should be over right now. Look at him. He is trying to hyperextend that shoulder. Tear it out of its socket.
Reach into whatever he can and hold out as long as he can.
This is a career-threatening move. This could tear your rotator cuff.
Crowd trying to get behind Glenn Storms, trying to give him what he needs. And a cover. He kicks out. It looks like the armbar has been broken, however. Glenn Storms may be able to recover from this, but it's going to be tough. Matt Turner looks like he's setting up for another suplex. Oh, you can't lift him up.
He's going for that brain buster. He's going for a signature brain buster.
Get him up. And Glenn Storms reverses out into a DDT. And Matt Turner has been implanted onto the mat head first. Both men are down. Glenn Storms is moving. He works his way over the ropes, trying to get him out of the lull that he appears to be in. He's up. Matt Turner is up. Glenn Storms on the ropes. Oh, he goes for the crossbody, but Matt Turner reverses with a knee to the chest.
And look at that. He was just playing possum. Here comes the brain buster. No,
a vicious hit from a suplex. 2. And a kick out after 2. Somehow, Glenn Storm reached whatever he could to kick out of that. I know I wouldn't be able to kick out of that.
It's a brutal maneuver. I have no idea where Glenn Storm was getting all this hard
Another
from.
forearm to the face. Matt Turner is on the offensive. He runs back to the ropes for some momentum. And a knee to the face. Glenn Storm's is gonna be hurting.
Beautiful.
He's probably seeing little Tweety birds around his head right now.
He's not just seeing stars, he's seeing whole constellations now.
Matt Turner's up to the top rope. He's got him in a headlock. Glenn Storms is trying to fight back with some strikes to the back of Matt Turner. He's got him up on his shoulders. Glenn Storms.
Oh, spinning DDT!
Spinning DDT. Glenn Storms covers. And that's a quick 3 count. Glenn Storm somehow finds a way to win this match.
Well, Glenn Storm looked very impressive, I'll give him that.
And
He took everything Matt Turner gave him. He got out of the Fujiwara armbar. He kicked out of the devastating brainbuster.
Despite his apparent respect and his lack of respect, I do not take anything away from Matt Turner.
Here comes our esteemed commissioner.
Our commissioner and Johnny Sisko are making their way to the ring again. Johnny Sisko, of course, holding the title belt in his hand.
My good friend, Johnny Sisko.
Johnny Sisko is called for the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now presenting the new commissioner of the acpw.
Alright guys, I hope we check and announce. And we're gonna do it now.
The commissioner is having trouble calling for some sort of control in this building. The crowd does not seem to be responding very favorably to him.
These fans need to shut up and show Johnny Sisko some respect. He's just trying to announce the next match for everybody.
It's definitely a rather rowdy crowd, rather raucous, if I say.
But apparently, people will not be here this evening because there was some sort of altercation with her and Jesse Bell. I'm not entirely sure.
Some sort of altercation.
See what's going on.
You know how women are. They get angry at each other, they fight, fur flies, it happens.
From Atlantic City, New Jersey, Jesse Bell!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, this is for the Women's Championship, the first ever Fury Championship.
And if Discord is indeed not going to be here tonight, we may not be seeing an actual match. We may just see a presentation of the title.
And you know what? And that's fine. Look at Jessie Bell. She is a fantastic women's wrestler. She deserves that championship more than Discord could ever possibly want it.
I missed that. So what happened?
Discord's not going to be here tonight, folks. She's running scared. Yeah.
As she should.
Take care of her in the back.
You attacked your opponent in the back is what she means. Hey, maybe getting the story after all. Some sort of wrapping or cast on her arm. Maybe she was attacked in the back. Whatever it is, something's wrong. She's pointing at Jessie Bell as if it was Jessie Bell who attacked her.
You know what? Discord has no business being out here. She's not medically clear to us, so she should not be out here. Jessie Bell, in her very first ACPW appearance, should be crowned the women's champion.
Oh, a little fast press. A little fast press to the jump. She's taking some shots. Discord is mounting. Jessie Bell taking some early shots on her. This match is underway. It appears we're going to see this title underway.
Look at Discord grabbing her by the hair, throwing her into the turnbuckle like she's some kind of just old hag. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Jessie Bell reverses an oncoming strike, and Discord may not be on the offensive any longer. Jessie Bell has her. She's wrenching that arm that is covered in some sort of...
going for that injured wrist
or something.
That injured wrist, and as you should. You know, if you're going to come out here and you're going to have a wrapping around an injured body part, you cannot expect your opponent to take that lightly. You take every advantage you get, especially in a championship match. For Discord to even come out here and risk her well-being is completely idiotic on her part.
Wrenching that brutally. That's going to be causing some pain, probably some permanent damage. If Discord doesn't tap out soon, she may not be able to use that arm in the future.
And Discord deserves everything that's happening to her right now. You know,
how can you say that?
She came out here injured, fully knowing that Jessie Bell was going to go right for her
by her opponent. Jessie Bell attacked her in the back like a coward.
Look, that's the nature of the beast. That's what happens when tempers flare, titles are on the line. That's just how it goes in professional wrestling. You know that getting into this business, that there are times that you are going to get hurt. And if you're going to come out here and you're going to expose your weak part to your opponent, you better damn well expect for them to key on that and try to end your career.
Play from Jessie Bell onto Discord. Discord is down. Oh, and a leg drop onto that injured arm. She is definitely attacking it. She's like a vulture stalking over a fallen prey.
You know what that is? That is what we call smart wrestling. You do what it takes to win your match by any means necessary. She is just keying on an injured body part. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What happened backstage? We don't have the full story. Who knows what Discord did to provoke Jessie Bell?
Whatever it was,
nice drop toe hold.
Whatever it was, we might never know what caused that attack.
And nor should we, because it doesn't matter what happened. All that matters is what happens in the ring. Championships are won and lost.
Swing out neck breaker.
Championships are won and lost in the ring, not backstage.
Oh, a vicious elbow to the face of Jessie Bell from Discord. Discord appears very angry. But she's holding that arm. That could be a handicap. That could plague her for the rest of this match.
Another neck breaker.
Discord is slamming the face of her opponent, Jessie Bell, into that turnbuckle. Jessie Bell, she's reversed it in
gorgeous hammerlock.
To a hammerlock.
Trying to do further damage, and I cannot say I blame her.
I give Discord all the respect in the world for staying in this match. I'm surprised she's staying as long as she has. She should probably think about quitting though, because she wants to be able to use that hand the rest of her life, I would imagine.
You know, I don't give Discord any credit whatsoever. She idiotically came out here injured, obviously not fit enough to compete. She is one right now.
And a vicious DDT as Discord attacks her opponent when she comes into the ring. Beautiful DDT. And she's got her locked into an arm lock, into a headlock.
Obviously favoring that injured left hand of hers. She can't use that. She can't put the pressure that she usually would be able to if she had 2 free hands.
Scored with a cover. And Jessie Bell kicks out after a 2 count. And a kick to the back from Jessie Bell. And Jessie Bell locks in. She's got a triangle choke locked in. Discord may not be able to
Light Discord.
And she's wrenching the head. And it appears we have a winner. And we have our winner. Johnny Cisco is in the ring to present the title, perhaps with the commissioner. I don't even know why he keeps following the commissioner around. Is he some sort of stooge? What's going on here?
Look, Johnny Cisco is just doing what it takes to make sure his boys and his girl,
Jessie Bell, she's telling the commissioner to drop down to his knees and present the title. He's the commissioner.
As he should. She's the new Fury Women's Champion. And you know what? There's no way this president commissioner can ever get a woman like Jessie Bell.
Jessie Bell holds her title high above her head. An interesting start to the first Fury Women's Champion.
And you know what? I'd like to point something out here, Wolfgang. Jessie Bell won with a triangle choke. Nothing to do with the injured wrist.
She was wrenching that injured wrist and you saw it.
All I saw was a triangle choke.
I could see
her tapping out. That's all I'm saying.
She was wrenching that injured arm brutally.
Here we are at our first show for ACPW. The A-Team, Aaron Arbo, Cody Adams, we're taking on CMB. I believe that's their name, I don't even know. We're here to make an impact in ACPW. We're going for the tag titles. We held them in other feds and now we're taking over this one. So look out for some high-flying action from the A-Team tonight here at ACPW.
And if it were not for that injured arm, Jessie Bell might not have been able to apply enough pressure to get that hold.
The injured arm ended up being a non-factor in this match.
She was handicapped the entire match. She couldn't use her arm.
I'm just calling it like I see it, Wolfgang. I'm sorry that you're so blind that you can't realize an excellent champion when you see it.
You might as well call this the 3-inch thick glasses.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing 200 pounds, Frisco!
Making his way to the ring now is Frankie Frizzo, hailing from Las Vegas.
To bring back an earlier topic, I am completely disgusted that he is our #1 contender. Absolutely disgusted. I am shocked. I am appalled that Gemini was revoked. It is not fair. It is a sham. It is a shame and a beat in this company that Gemini is not the #1 contender.
Gemini, again, had his title match revoked because he attacked the current champion. There was no reason for it. You know that.
He was trying to make a statement. He was trying to show
a statement in the ring against your opponent after the bell rings. You don't make it beforehand.
Where is Big Vito tonight? Big Vito is not here. He is obviously ducking. It is obvious that Big Vito is ducking Gemini.
Ducking him. Unbelievable.
from Kansas City,
showing some appreciation for their attendance here tonight at ACPW's new show, their first show in 2010. With both eyes.
Look at this face painted Frank Corpse walking around like he's the cock of the walk.
It's war paint. You know it's war paint. It brings it out inside of you.
Come on, how can you be so disillusioned? And this is the true #1 contender for the ACPW Championship. Not Frizzo, not Corpse. Gemini.
Taking the big man out early. Frizzo, of course, may have been cooperating with each other there.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I must remind you
celebration has ended. A vicious clothesline from Corpse as Frankie Frizzo has landed on his back.
I must remind you this match is no disqualification, so that obviously plays into the violent nature of Gemini. Don't piss that man off.
And Corpse is killing Frankie Frizzo with his forearms and a vicious chop to the chest. Oh, and Frankie Frizzo with a thumb to the eye.
Thumb to the eyes, and of course, legal in this match, but just as legal as a hip tosser, a headlock, or a wrist lock. But of course, Corpse wouldn't know a wrist lock from a wrist match.
Gemini comes in to bail out Corpse, attacking Frankie Frizzo.
Oh, listen to that.
Chop to the chest of Frankie Frizzo.
Sounded like a gunshot from the streets of early.
Vicious clothesline took off Frizzo's head. Gemini appears to be rather angry that he's been put in this situation.
And can you blame him? Can you honestly blame him?
Can you? It is his own fault that he he's the #1 contender. Should be removed away. No, he's not. He's not the #1 contender. He had that revoked, and you know why. It is his own self.
Well, then call me a prophet, because I'm picking Gemini to win this match. There's no way he loses this match. He is too determined to get his title back from Big Vito.
Corpse is down, and we got covered. And a quick 2 count. Frankie Frizzo bailing out Corpse to keep this match alive and possibly keep his hopes of becoming #1 contender alive. A cover for Frankie Frizzo. And a kick out from the Corpse. I do want to remind everybody that after this match we will be taking a slight intermission. Oh, and a low blow. Low blow from Gemini. That, of course, is legal in this situation.
Completely legal. And a man like Gemini, who's been in this business as long as he has, will use every advantage he gets. And that is why he makes a better...
I will admit to you, my friend.
And that is why he makes a better champion than Vito.
And Gemini's lining up. He's going for it. Oh. Gemini barrel rolls into that corner, killing Frankie Frizzo again. I don't know how Frankie Frizzo can possibly do anything else the rest of the match other than laying on the floor, writhing in pain.
Now, you know whose job I envy right now? I envy senior referee Malcolm Slick. He's only there to count pinfalls and submissions. He has no other job than count the 3 or count the tap. That's it. His job's easier than mine right now.
No rope count, no rope breaks, no rope counts, no count outs. It's all just pin or submission.
Anything goes.
Frizzo again getting destroyed in those corners. Oh, and a second barrel roll into that corner. Frankie Frizzo is down again.
Gemini did it better.
Gemini did it bigger, I will tell you that much.
Bigger is better.
The Gemini Corpse is taking this to the outside, leaving Frankie Frizzo the only person left.
Take it to him, Gemini. Take it to him.
Oh, Gemini with a stiff right fist to the face of Corpse.
He's going for a suplex on the concrete. That is concrete.
The suplex onto the concrete.
That is solid concrete. There is no give to that. And that is why he's the number 1 contender.
He's not the number 1 contender, not yet.
Well, sorry. Let me strike that reverse it. That's why he will be the number 1 contender. Because he will do whatever it takes to get his title back. Look at Frizzo. He's still in the ring. He doesn't deserve to be champion. He's not giving it everything. Gemini is putting everything on the line.
I'm surprised he's actually able to get up after taking those 2 horrific barrel rolls into the corner.
You know what? If he was the champion, he'd be up by now.
Stiff
But he's
right
not.
hand to the face from Gemini. Gemini calling for silence in the crowd.
Shut your mouth, Swift. Shut your mouth. That is like a South Philly gunshot.
He's calling for another. Oh. And Frankie's Frizzo's chest may be bleeding after that brutal chop.
That sounds like a drive-by right there.
If not bleeding, it's certainly right on its own. It is purple. His chest is purple from those attacks. Oh. And the big splash for a cover. And Frizzo kicks out after 2 counts. A 2 count, very close. Corpse is back in the ring trying to give somewhat of a break to Frankie Frizzo. He's attacking Gemini. Gemini's back in the corner.
Now let me tell you another injustice that our esteemed commissioner has already made tonight.
And a vicious knee to the face of Gemini. Gemini may be out cold after that. But Corpse appears to be hurting himself from earlier. That vicious suplex on the side of the ring with that concrete. This is still hurting him.
Our esteemed commissioner has once again put Gemini at a disadvantage. His good friend, his teammate, Kwame, is banned from ringside. If Kwame shows up here tonight, he is fired from ACPW. That is an injustice. This commissioner is stepping way over his bounds in this match. Oh, beautiful! Wow!
And
right on his face.
He's down.
That should be all there is to it.
And a 2 count.
What a gorgeous move by Corpse. Wow.
It appears that Frankie Frizzo is taking most of the blood of this trauma.
And as he should. If he is a true number 1 contender, like you say he is, he should be able to take this kind of beating, get up, beg for more, and still walk out as number 1 contender.
So far he is doing that. So far he is standing up. He is getting up after brutal attacks.
Look at him, look at him. He's falling down all over himself. He doesn't know where he is.
Gemini is down. Corpse is up and he scoop slams Frankie Frizzo.
Gemini is just biding his time.
To the top rope goes Corpse.
That is a big man going to the top rope.
He goes for the moonsault! And Frankie Frizzo somehow gets out of the way. Corpse may be down for a while after that.
Shades, of course, of Vader, another big man that is able to do moonsaults.
Gemini saves Corpse from getting the pin. Perhaps saving himself number 1 contendership.
Here comes Gemini back into the fold. I told you Gemini wouldn't be down for long. I told you that. No way. There is no way. Look at the power of Gemini.
Holding Corbs up. Taking the...
Oh, and a brutal pile driver. What a sit-out pile driver. That's 1, 2, 3. No, you've got to be kidding me.
Somehow Corbs found a way to escape from that. Senior referee Malcolm Slick calling for a 2 count there.
How Corbs get out of that, I will never know.
What a brutal Gemini decides to try his luck with Frankie Frizzo now. Frizzo, of course, has taken most of the damage in this match.
String of woe. That is a very precarious position for your #1 contender to be in. What's Gemini doing? Gemini's got him up. Got him in a 5-minute carry position. What is he doing? He's looking at Frizzo. This is not good. This is not going to be good for Frizzo. Onto Frizzo.
And Frizzo,
what brutal impact!
Frizzo's neck may have been hurt severely there. You can see it with that
should be it. That should be it. No man can kick out of that. Good night, Street Prince.
And he covers.
1, 2, 3. I told you.
Gemini.
I told you from the very beginning. Gemini was the true #1 contender, and he proved it tonight. He beat the 2 best guys. Ace don't get around him, and he's walking out. Ace taking on Big Vito. He's gonna take his title.
Takes his #1 contendership back from Frankie Frizzo.
Vito,
him and Vito are destined to meet after all.
Vito can duck Gemini no longer.
Ooh, read the bold words from Gemini calling for the next opponent.
Look, we all know who's next.
To answer with. And here comes Johnny Cisco. Coming with a rebuttal.
Single champion we have here in ACW. Your next opponent, Kelly Fremont.
That is not fair. That is not fair.
Is that match going to be tonight is my question.
There's no way. There's no way it can be tonight. There's no way.
Are they going to force Gemini to face another opponent tonight after he's already defeated 2?
This is not fair. Gemini defeated Frankie Frizzo in the middle of the ring. He should be the rightful #1 contender. He should be taking on Vito. Next show. This is a sham. This is unfair.
Corbs reminding Gemini that he still has never pinned him.
And you know what? He doesn't have to. He pinned the #1 contender. If Corbs was the #1 contender, he would have pinned him instead. But he made a statement to the ACPW commissioner by pinning Frizzo, the #1 contender.
Los Angeles, California, accompanied with their valet, Wildfire Stacey Marie. We don't know much about these 2 newcomers, but we do know they have held multiple tag team championships across multiple federations across the U.S. You know anything about these 2, Jason?
You know, unfortunately, I don't know much about them either. They look like a couple of young studs, and my God, that is really a wild fire. Wow.
If that skirt were any shorter, it'd be a belt.
True statement there. True statement. But I tell you what, they do have their work cut out for them tonight against the Cash Money Brothers.
Indeed they do.
owes Cash money. Onslaught. You know, apparently, from what I was talking to Onslaught backstage, I got a real word with him before he tried to rip my face off. Lil Rob is getting a shot with the Cash Money Brothers tonight. Obviously, of course, everybody knows Cash Money Brothers consists of Onslaught, Gemini, and the muscular Batman himself, Kwame, who's obviously not here tonight for obvious reasons I explained before. Lil Rob's gonna try out tonight. This is his solo chance. He needs to prove that he didn't have with the big boys tonight. Should be just lounging around the ring like that. I mean, they are in the presence of a maniac. Onslaught is one of the most violent people I've ever seen in the ring. And look at the A-Team. They're just hanging around, high profiles, just sitting there, superstars, just laying on the ropes. And it looks like they don't even care that they're in the ring with someone that could break them.
They're obviously not impressed with their opponent. Of course, we've all heard tales of Onslaught and the things that he does to newcomers in wrestling, so.
I mean, I know the A-Team's been around for a couple years now. They've won titles across the country. They know what they're doing. But I just can't see the wisdom in taking Onslaught. And if Lil Rob is under the wing of Onslaught, obviously Lil Rob knows what he's doing. Obviously Lil Rob knows a thing or two about kicking ass and taking names. Rob taking it to Cody Adams, shoots the half but only gets a 1.
Interesting tire from the A-Team. Never expected the A-Team to be wearing black and pink. It was more of a color of the Heart Foundation, but they seem to be rocking it rather well.
You think B.A. Baracus have a problem with them being called the A-Team or wearing pink? That's all I have to ask.
No, I would think so, actually. Matter of fact, when you speak of B.A. Baracus, the Onslaught actually kind of reminds me a lot of B.A. Baracus.
That is true, and you know what? He pities fools who wears pink.
He does, doesn't he? Rob on the offensive with a couple of quick shots in the shoulder.
Good sharp elbows.
He definitely has a control. And in comes Onslaught, Cody Adams, not Cody Rhodes. Cody Adams is obviously feeling a little bit of the heat smoke.
Ooh, what a splash! By the near 300-pound Onslaught. Slaughter is just toying with Cody Adams right now. Adams is trying to go between his legs and make a tag, but he trips him up.
Cody Adams tags in Aaron Arbo.
You know, it is never wise to go out and try to embarrass Onslaught like
crowd behind him. Crowd is reacting somewhat. A lockup. I don't know what Arbo's thinking. Onslaught easily has the advantage of weight and strength with a knee to the gut now.
You know, and it just goes to show that these punks from Los Angeles, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into.
Oh, and a stiff fist to the face. Arbo may be seeing stars.
You know, I hate to repeat a phrase I used before, but he's not just seeing stars. After that hook, he is definitely seeing constellation. Got a chicken wing applied. See, just goes to show
with an elbow. He's trying to break out of it from outside. He's broken out off the ropes. Vicious clothesline.
Decapitated him. Absolutely brutal clothesline.
Onslaught is holding Arbo, keeping him from getting back to.
Rob gets to show what he's made of.
His teammate Cody. And stiff shots from Lil Rob. Beautiful future mix effects.
Now see, Lil Rob has been wanting to join the esteemed ranks of the Cash Money Brothers for a long time, and now he's finally getting his chance. And you know, it seems to me he is definitely proving to Onslaught, he's proving to Gemini and Kwame that he deserves to be one of them.
He certainly is capitalizing on this.
And that's what every young stud in this business should do. When they get a chance, capitalize. Look at the power of Onslaught.
Oh, and also with an alley-oop bomb. And Arbo is still feeling it. Cody Adams reaching and trying to help his tag team partner, but doesn't to any avail.
Oh, and a gorgeous T-bone.
A T-bone suplex.
Damn near broke his neck. Look at the impact on that.
Onslaught just toying with him now, tags in Little Rob. Little Rob comes in and picks up Arbo's. Look at a moment team action. Oh, and that's got to be a painful split right there. And a cover. And Cody Adams comes in to bail out his tag team partner.
Yeah,
Arbo zooms in the ring.
Arbo really needs to make a tag here. He is in a lot of trouble. That's a good move there, but can he capitalize? Can he make a tag?
And Cody Adams comes in the ring with a hot tag. Takes a couple of shots to his back. He calls on his tag team partner.
Nice double hip toss.
And double elbows and follow the hip toss. And a kip up. Both of them are feeding off the emotion of this crowd.
John needs to get control of this match. He needs to get them out of the ring.
Also, he's trying to get his kid back into his corner. Good vertical suplex and a cover. Cody Adams, 1, 2, and a kick out from
Gemini. Onslaught visibly frustrated.
We've seen enough of Gemini today, thank you.
Look, this is just proving that, you know, it's Lil Rob. If he can get in, if you win this match, you gotta say Onslaught and Lil Rob. And then I'm looking kind of the tag team championships. And once they win the tag championships, and once Gemini beats Vito for the ACP World Heavyweight Championship, it's obviously Cash Money and Crash Crew. We'll have all the goals.
Big drop from Arbo. Arbo with a cover. And a kick out from Little Rob. Somehow he's reached down deep and pulled out of it. A couple of stiff forearms from Cody Adams. Little Rob needs to find a way to get back to his tag team partner and get out of this. Cover from Cody Adams. From Cody Adams. Little Rob gets out of it. Both men are down. Both tag team partners reaching over the top rope, trying to get their tag team partner to get him into this match. The referee starts the count at 2. Both men still down.
Well, the A-team definitely needs to make a tag. They need to get their fast-paced offense, and they can't fight power against Onslaught and Lil Rob. They need to play their style of wrestling. They need to do the high fly. They need to get their speed advantage.
Lil Rob makes the tag. Here comes the big man Onslaught. Drop kick. Arbo with a huge drop kick to the big man Onslaught. He pulls Lil Rob back in the ring even though he's not the legal man.
Beautiful Northern Lights suplex, but a couple of little nerds.
He's not the legal man. Why is he covering him? I don't think he realizes it. Oh, second row moonsault, but the miss. Onslaught keeps attacking. He's got Arbo. Oh, and a vicious German suplex and a heel kick to the face, and that's the end of the match. Beautiful, beautiful end of that match.
Now, you gotta say the turning point of the match was when High Profile did that Northern Lights suplex on the illegal man. If he would have started, if he would have kept on Onslaught, 18 could have very easily won this match. But now, you gotta say,
you must keep your ring focus. You must keep your focus in this ring at all times. He lost his focus there for a moment, and because he lost his focus, he lost this match.
Now here's my question. Does that make Lil Rob an official member of Cash Money? And if
We're about to find out, I assume.
If so, does that make them the top tag team in ACPW right now? Should they gun for the tag team championships?
Onslaught looks on as his new protege, Lil Rob. He walks over him, approaching slowly. He must be impressed with the work that he did in the ring. Showing some mutual respect. The A-Team, of course, makes their way back to the locker room. Looks like they'll have to try to break into the ACPW some other time.
This next match is for the ACPW Tri-State Championship.
Financial miracle. Listen to this. The financial miracle. Listen to this. And Shaheem is another lucky boy in tow.
Look, Loudy is a financial genius. I know that for a fact. He gave me stock advice. I made $600 last week. The man is a genius. He is a master of money. He is a guru of greatness. Looking to bring money, power, and respect back to his stable by winning the Tri-State Championship from a thusly undefeated ACPW Helter Skelter.
And Loudy, I imagine we're going to hear what he gets to do best, which is be loud and obnoxious.
Look, Loudy has every right to be. I mean, he has managed any major superstar in wrestling across the world. He has houses in Miami, Palm Beach, outside of Los Angeles. He has a penthouse in New York City. That's where money and power and respect comes from.
Making his way to the ring, of course, for parts unknown, we know Helter Skelter. He is the current Tri-State champion, and he is undefeated in these parts.
Look, Helter Skelter has been a great champion, I'll give him that. But every champion has to lose at some point. Ron Starr is the biggest challenge Helter Skelter has had to face. Ron Starr is more of a challenge than facing Larry Zbyszko, than facing Jake the Snake Roberts. All these has-been wash-ups that Helter Skelter's defeated before are nothing compared to what Ron Starr is now.
Wash-up has-beens, you're talking about a bunch of legends, greatness, the birthers of our federation.
In business. It's not what have you done for me, it's what have you done for me lately. You being a Philadelphia fan should know that.
All right, well, fine. If you want to talk about what have you done for me lately, Helter Skelter obviously has done a lot for us lately. He is the current Tri-State champion, and as I said, he's undefeated in these parts.
Look, it's because he hasn't faced any decent competition. Come on, competition. I could pin Jake the Snake Roberts. I hand him a flask of whiskey and he lays down for me. That's how it happened.
Pin the donkey. What do you mean pin Jake the Snake Roberts?
Look, Jake the Snake Roberts has been, okay? Larry Zbyszko hasn't had. He hasn't had Cody Roberts since 1970.
Was innovator of the DDT.
Look, and the DDT is nothing more than a generic move that everybody kicks out of now, okay? Jake the Snake is a sham. I have nothing but the utmost respect for what he's done. But right now, the fact that Helter Skelter can be proud of beating a fat, drunk, washed up man like Jake the Snake Roberts makes me sick.
We'll see what happens here. We'll see if Ron and his loudmouth, Loudy manager can possibly finally somehow find a way to take the title off of Helter Skelter.
Hey,
I don't think they will.
You gotta think the financial guru that is Loudy. If he can play the stock markets, he can definitely play the sport of professional wrestling.
Look at the swagger that Helter Skelter carries around with him. Look at Ron back into a corner already.
And that's
scared of his opponent this early.
No, he's not afraid of Helter Skelter. Who would be afraid of Helter Skelter? Look at him, he's got that ugly war paint, as you like to call it, Swift. He's nothing, he's trying to psych out Ron Starr, and Ron Starr is not having any of it.
Eddie avoids the lockup again. Helter Skelter doesn't know what to think of this. This is an embarrassment to wrestling. Helter Skelter wants this match to start, and Ron Starr continues to circle about.
Look, the only way I'd be afraid of Helter Skelter is if I was Hot Topic and dressed as Marilyn Manson, okay?
Helter Skelter with spaghetti legs already. Being attacked by Ron Starr. He's back up.
Could Jake the Snake Roberts do that? I don't think so.
Oh, and a vicious clothesline from Ron Starr. Followed up by the elbow drop. Helter Skelter's down for 2.
And when was the last time you saw Larry Zbyszko move like that? Not since 1975. Look at that. Who does Helter Skelter have behind him? Nobody. He has himself to rely on.
Suplex from Ron Starr, who stands on the top of the second rope to address the crowd.
Ron Starr is truly a star in this business. Look at him. He has Shaheem standing out there. He has Loudy. He's got Buddha backstage waiting just in case. Money, power, respect in full force tonight.
Another elbow to the abdomen of Helter Skelter.
Look at that. That is 300 pounds plus coming down on his sternum.
And a quick 2 count. Loudy again doing what he does best along the sidelines, screaming at the ref, complaining about absolutely anything he can find.
It was a slow count. It was obviously a slow count. Loudy makes a very valid point. You think a man like him would just go into something like that without thinking? No, he's a financial genius. He is a guru of the money markets. He knows what he's doing. He does not act before thinking. Never.
Chop.
He made up for it. See? And that's what real champions do. They don't let up. If they strike a glancing blow, they come back with a stronger one. That's what Ron Starr did.
Look at Loudy get involved, grabbing the opponent's throat.
Looky. Look at Helter Skelter. Look at your champion now. Look at your undefeated tri-state champion in a heap in the corner.
Helter Skelter trying to get back to a vertical basis using that second rope. Ron Starr approaches. Ron Starr grabs him again. He rebounds him off the ropes. Helter Skelter dodges out of the way. Dodges again. Helter Skelter showing some gusto with a DDT. There's your Jake the Snake Roberts.
He gets right back up. A rudimentary move now.
Helter Skelter grabs him. Goes for the Bulldog. And Ron Starr is down. Helter Skelter exits the ring going to the top rope. Loudy swings.
Loudy, get in there, stop that. Get in there, stop that, Loudy.
The man with the obvious Napoleon complex.
There's every right to.
And an axe handle from the top. Ron Starr rolls out of the ring, grabbing the back of his neck. Obviously, devastating attack.
Look at him. Look at this. He is trying to have a war of words with Loudy, who's obviously the most intelligent man in ACPW. And Helter Skelter is nothing but a face-painted buffoon. Instead of going out and attacking Ron Starr, bringing him back in the ring so he can win the match, he decides to turn his attention to Loudy. Give Ron Starr a moment to recuperate. That is an imbecile. Your champion is nothing but a moron.
He's chanting in the crowd, trying to get him ready. Helter Skelter getting the crowd into chanting, coward.
Is a man catching his breath a coward?
He is a coward. He's standing outside of the ring, staying away from his opponent.
Catching his breath.
Having to have his manager get involved and fight his own battle for him.
Helter Skelter went out to take on Loudy himself. This was not
involved well before Helter Skelter got Loudy's face. Loudy grabbed Helter Skelter in the corner.
He has his back turned. That's what he gets.
Kick to the back of Helter Skelter. Loudy disregarding the rule and disturbing this match. He has no right to be there.
The first rule of professional wrestling is you never turn your back on your opponent, especially when with the size and power advantage that Ron Starr has over Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter can't help it. He has 3 opponents at the same time. He has Shaheen. He has the loudmouth Loudy. And he also has his real opponent, Ron Starr.
Yet. You're just making excuses for Helter Skelter.
You admit you've seen Loudy get involved in.
Loudy not getting involved at all.
Loudy not getting involved.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Helter Skelter went out and verbally abused Loudy. How can you blame Loudy for not saying something back? For all we know, Helter Skelter tried to embarrass
attacked Helter Skelter before Helter Skelter even addressed
it. Didn't even happen. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what match you're watching there, Wolfgang. I'm watching the one right out in front. It's not the same one that I'm watching.
Did you forget your glasses today?
I don't need glasses. Canadians have perfect vision.
Denial. And a cover.
Nothing illegal going on there. Nothing at all.
Ron Starr lifting his opponent. Helter Skelter puts him into a headlock. Could be going for a suplex. He's got him up. For a suplex.
Gorgeous. Did you see the hang time on Helter Skelter?
An impressive display of strength.
Can Kamala do that?
No. What a rake to the face. Again, blatantly disregarding the rules. Helter Skelter reverses. But Ron Starr again reverses into a leg sweep.
Look at that ring presence. Instead of slingshotting me into the corner, he turns that into a Russian leg sweep. A beautiful wrestling maneuver.
Loudy getting it on with the crowd. They do not like him. Oh! And the belt comes into play as Loudy nails Ron Starr. Helter Skelter covers, but Shaheen is on the rope, is on the side apron, accosting the referee. A referee
That is a sham!
That
is a sham!
The fact that Loudy decided to get involved in this match by using a title and trying to attack Helter Skelter, but missed an attack.
Loudy thought the match is over and was bringing
He attacked his own crowd, and Shaheen still
Helter Skelter!
the referee said he couldn't get the count. No, doesn't matter.
That is a sham! That is a sham!
You're winning and current and still tri-state champion. No, Helter
I demand a rematch. I cannot trust it!
You can't demand a rematch. You're a commenter. I am a commenter. That is your champion.
That is
your tri-state champion.
I'm embarrassed by that. I'm embarrassed by the referee's decision. And Helter Skelter blatant cheating, using the tri-state championship.
It is karma. It is karma. Something that Loudy's clients would know a lot about. Karma. It came back to bite them in the butt.
Karma does not exist, okay? The better man did not win. If karma exists,
won.
The better man.
What are you talking about? The better man obviously won.
This
Helter Skelter walks back to the locker room, the current champion.
You know what? No, I'm sick and tired of your biased, arrogant attitude, Wolfgang.
You know this crowd. They know what they are talking about. Loudy does indeed suck.
Loudy does not suck. All right? Loudy makes more money in a week than any of these scumbags do in an entire year. They have no idea what they're talking about.
And the winner of this match and still champion, Helter Skelter.
It's been a while since ACPW has been in action. There's been a little layoff, and while some of the guys may have been taking that time relaxing, letting wounds heal, letting injuries mend, Peli Primo has been working harder than he ever has. And I did a lot of things that I said when I came into ACPW I was going to do. I worked my way back home, and I went home to Ring of Honor, and I had my return. And you know what? It's not really what I thought it was going to be like. And now I come to ACPW, and I won that junior heavyweight title. But I see guys like Vito coming in with the heavyweight title, and I start thinking, you know, maybe, just maybe, this title right here, the ACPW Junior Heavyweight title, is the most important title in ACPW. Because I've been the man having the best matches in this company. I was the guy who beat Shaheem. I was the guy who beat Lil Mondo. Trent Acid, I was supposed to wrestle Trent Acid. He didn't even show up tonight. Aramis, you're a hell of a wrestler. I'm telling you right now, you gotta be in your finest hour. If you think you're gonna walk in the ring tonight, you're gonna take this belt off of me, because for all the work I've done to come back, and I sat there and I thought that I had nothing to show for it, I do have something to show for it, and it's this belt. I almost feel sorry for you. There's really no chance in hell you're walking out of that ring tonight with this belt around your waist. I hope you're ready.
From Pennsylvania, weighing 163 pounds, I believe
We welcome you back now. Acid Zero and Ian Cross were at one point, of course, tag team partners, but at some point Ian Cross backstabbed Acid Zero, and now they are staying apart, stand alone.
My question is, what is Mike Flake doing out here? I don't understand. I just do not get it.
Makes his way to the ring. As I was saying, they were at one point tag team partners, but Ian Cross did exactly what he says, and he double-crossed his ally. Now they stand alone.
Can you call it double-crossing to strike out on your own and want to better yourself as a singles wrestler? What would you call that double-crossing?
Well, you're clearly friends and you stand together through all time.
Look, he's doing what is best for himself. You can't fault a man for wanting to have a better wrestling career. And in tag team ranks will only get you so far.
Now let me ask you a question, Wolfgang.
Have you ever been to Portland, Oregon?
No, I can't say I have.
I didn't think so. Have you even left this cesspool of a city?
Yes, actually, on many occasions.
Oh, really? Oh, good for you. Congratulations. Portland, Oregon is absolutely beautiful. If you've never been there, I highly suggest it. On second thought, I wouldn't want you tainting that beautiful city. Referee Malcolm Slick calling for the bell. Ian Cross He tried to get in a sneaky attack. I can't say
with a decent hip toss and another hip toss.
Those are actually arm drags, Mr. Wolfgang. Just thought I'd point that out.
The first one was a hip toss, the second one was an arm drag.
I don't need you correcting me, that's my job.
As Zero goes for the crossbody but gets pushed out of the ropes. He climbs the top rope, Ian Cross stumbles about in the ring, turns, sees his opponent, and Acid Zero with a decent drop kick from the top rope. Ian Cross rolls out of the ring. The referee begins his count.
You know, he has a 10 count to get back in the ring. You know, he miscalculated a little bit. And you know what? I wholeheartedly agree with him.
It appears as Ian Cross is done with this match. He's leaving. He's walking away, but he doesn't realize that Acid Zero is following right behind him in his trail. A quick forearm to the face, and Ian Cross is tossed back to the ring. Acid Zero is going to give him a little bit of a taste of an attack before. He tosses him into the ring. Acid Zero follows.
You know, that was a cheap attack by Acid Zero, sneaking up and attacking the guy
cheap attack,
behind.
almost like the same cheap attack that Ian Cross tried to get across earlier in.
Not at all, not even close.
Not even close.
So look at that ring awareness. Look at that ring awareness.
It's not close because of the fact that Ian Cross's attack missed and Acid Zero's actually landed.
Look, it was not a cheap shot, okay? Acid Zero knew it was coming, obviously, so that doesn't make it a cheap shot.
And Ian Cross taunts his former tag team partner. These two truly have fallen out of touch with each other.
And he has every right to taunt him. Acid Zero is exactly what his name is, a zero.
An elbow to the top of the forehead. Acid Zero is down. Ian Cross is in control at this moment.
I have absolutely no respect for somebody that sits there and wastes his entire career, you know, on the coattails of his tag team partner. And then all of a sudden, when he decides to want to turn to a singles wrestler,
referee calls for a 2 count. Ian Cross feels like he should be counting a little faster. That is, of course, senior referee Malcolm Slick. His counts are always fair and even.
Yeah, fair and even to the good guys, to the people perceived as the good guys. You know, this whole entire company is completely biased. I have noticed that from watching these matches tonight. Gorgeous side Russian lace sweep. 1, 2.
And another kick out. Acid Zero finding a way to get out.
He's got the rear chin lock locked in. Look at Mike Flight trying to interject his wrestling wisdom when obviously that fighter pilot buffoon obviously has none. Now for those of you people who don't know, a rear chin lock cuts off the circulation to the brain.
Mike Flight, of course, interfered with his match, causing Ian Cross to be distracted, giving Acid Zero a chance to continue to roll up. He's got a roll up, 1, 2, and Ian Cross kicks out.
You yelled at Loudy the last match for doing
I don't condone actions like that. I condemn them, in fact. I feel like Mike Flight has no reason to be here. I feel like he should walk away, let these two opponents have at it.
It's about time you let back his power driver. Beautiful, broke his neck. That's it.
That could be.
See you later. 1, 2.
Acid Zero somehow finds a way to get his foot onto the rope.
It was obvious. Mike Flight obviously put Acid Zero's foot on the ropes. There is no way he could have moved after that.
I don't know what match you're seeing, but I just saw Mike Flight come around the corner. He didn't touch Acid Zero's leg.
Did you see the way Acid Zero's neck cracked?
How exactly do you think Mike Flight got Acid Zero's leg onto the rope? Using the force?
Look, don't get cocky with me. Gorgeous neck breaker. Working on that broken neck. 1, 2. Good night.
And Acid Zero kicks out again.
Come on, Slick.
Ian Cross is obviously frustrated with the predicament he is in.
As he should be. Mike Flight interfering. Referee Swift's Slick's slow counts. And this match should be over by now.
Oh, an elbow to the face. Acid Zero with some quick strikes to his opponent, trying to work him down.
How Acid Zero is still moving is beyond me. I must admit, this kid has a lot of guts, but there's just no way. His neck must be as bad
to
as
the back of the head of Ian Cross. That could very well be it. Cross goes for the cover. Acid Zero does not go for the cover. Lifts his opponent up. Maybe he wants to apply some more damage. Ian Cross breaks out of that hold. Grabs him. Another reversal.
gorgeous move!
And that's your 3 count there. It's Acid Zero. Lands the acid trip, and that is the end of this match.
I am absolutely appalled at how the end of that match went. This match should have been over 5 minutes ago after that package pile driver.
You can definitely sense there is some tension between these two former tag team partners. I doubt we've seen the last of them.
And you know what? Acid Zero may have won by some less than credible means. But you know what? When all is said and done, and when the smoke clears and the dust settles after this feud is over, you can bet your ass Ian Cross will show that Acid Zero is a zero.
ACPW, I'm back. It's your man Aramis, and it seems like every time I leave, I go somewhere, I take a little sabbatical, a vacation, I work for this person, I work for that person over there. ACPW calls me, and they tell me that they have this young, hot, up-and-comer that's their new champion, their new junior heavyweight champion, and they want me to take them on and see what they really have. And that champion right now is Pele Primo. Pele, now I know you work for Ring of Honor, and I know you work for other companies, so you must be darn good. But you're looking at the greatest ACPW Junior Heavyweight Champion that there ever was. So tonight, we will see if you are good. We will see if you are great. And we will see if you retain that Junior Heavyweight title, but I doubt it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 250-pound Ty Reno!
Ty Reno, of course, standing by himself now. He used to be managed by, of course, Loudy, but Loudy and his compatriots kicked him out of money, power, and greatness because they felt that he was a detractor from their greatness.
Look, money, power, and respect kicked him out because Ty Reno lacks all three. He's obviously a poor man from the ghetto. He lacks no power.
Regardless of whether or not they feel as though he shouldn't have been in their faction, to do it in front of the man's family, in front of his children and his wife, to beat him senseless, that was wrong.
Somebody needs to light a fire under Ty Reno's ass, and it might as well have been Loudy. And you know what? Obviously it has not worked. Ty Reno has still yet to garner a victory in ACPW.
Weighing 325 pounds from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a member of Money, Power,
Here we go again, folks.
You know, every ACPW match should include Loudy. I am a big fan of what he does.
Here we go again with folks, Loudy.
He is a financial miracle. And look what the money and the power has bought. Look at the size of Big Buddha. The man is a behemoth.
Buddha slowly makes his way to the ring as Loudy again taunts the crowd that he taunted earlier. He never shuts his mouth. I would love one of these days for somebody to just shut him up.
It ain't gonna happen, you know why? Because of that 320-pound tower of power. Buddha. You know what makes Buddha so good? You know how Buddhism works with the 7 enlightenments. He has meditated for days leading up
has to pay attention to his opponent, unlike Loudy, who doesn't shut his mouth.
Look, Loudy doesn't need to shut his mouth.
You can guarantee, however, that emotions will run high in this match. And I guarantee you that Tyrese will get a few shots in on this at Loudy if he can.
If this match goes longer than 2 minutes, I will be shocked. Tyrese cannot hold a candle to Big Buddha. Buddha's beat him twice in a row. Tyrese has not won a match. There is no way you beat a man that size.
We shall of course see whether or not Buddha is suffering from any jet lag as he has just returned from the Orient. Money, power, respect, money, power, greatness. There's no difference. Either way, they're a bunch of hoodlums. They're a bunch of jokes. Tyrese and Buddha go at it, exchanging hands at each other. Tyrese with an elbow and a knee pushes Buddha out of the ring. He's obviously not in a good mood.
And look, while I understand where Tyrese is coming from.
And a low blow from Buddha, of course. Again, breaking the rules, Buddha has to.
Look, it's not cheating and breaking the rules if the ref doesn't catch you. And there are no rules that states that you're automatically disqualified if the referee doesn't catch you. That's not how it works. It's not cheating, it's intelligence. Now, while I understand...
A stiff right hand and a chop from Tyrese.
I understand where Tyrese is coming from. You know, he wants to redeem himself in front of his family again. As you can see, his family's sitting in the front row back there.
Buddha wisely rolls out of the ring. He's coming across, passing by us.
Loudy calling timeout.
Loudy calling timeout. There are no timeouts in wrestling.
If the man calls a timeout, he should be given a timeout.
There's no such thing as timeouts in wrestling.
Well, there should be.
There shouldn't be.
And I think the acpw CEO should take a good hard look at that and adjust the rules to allow timeouts.
Tyrese calling for his opponent to get back into the ring.
Tyrese wants to redeem himself. I get that. But why would you take on Buddha knowing you haven't beaten him? Knowing that you can't beat him?
Because his idea is to earn his respect and to redeem himself at the expense of his former manager, Loudy.
But nobody respects a loser. And that is all Tyrese is. He is nothing but a ghetto loser.
Tyrese's family is, of course, in attendance again tonight to watch them, cheering him on, hoping, of course, that he will find some way to get a victory over Buddha, to claim his first victory in ACPW.
Now, I'll give you, Tyrese has come out of a house of fire tonight. But Buddha just got back from the Orient, as you mentioned before, and you will see that meditation, look at that. Look at that. That is what 7 days of nothing but meditation will do for you. That is why he is the Buddha.
Buddha ready Tyrese for a suplex, and he gets him over for the suplex. What a massive suplex. Jinx, now you can't talk.
I don't follow those childish rules. We don't have that in Canada.
I wish you did, because that would shut you up.
You couldn't shut me up if you glued my mouth shut, trust me. Better men than you have tried. Look at Buddha applying all of his 320 pounds to that sleeper hold.
Trying to find some way to escape, trying to get the crowd behind him. He's slamming his foot, trying to get them to clap in time.
And listen to this crowd. They have nothing for him. And because he is a loser, and nobody respects losers. That's why nobody respects the Philadelphia Eagles.
Put a swing to the clothesline, missing it. And Tyrese with a nice kick to the mouth. And a 2 count.
You're not keeping Buddha down like that. You're not keeping Buddha down like that. No. It takes a lot more than that.
Loudy playing cheerleader or crawl along the apron.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with trying to motivate your client. And that's all Loudy has ever done, was sit out there and try to motivate his wrestlers.
Buddha with some vicious headbutts to the head of Tyrino. Tyrino, of course, reeling from those attacks. Shaheem walking along the side of the apron, garners the attention of the referee, and Buddha takes his moment to attack his down Tyrino.
Hey, once again,
look at this, blatant disregard for the rules. Loudy getting involved, attacking Tyrino.
They're trying to sit him back up. That's it.
Look at what Shaheem does. He walks around with that orange robe across his head. He has no respect for this business.
How could you possibly say that about Shaheem? Okay? What is the last word in MPR's name? Respect.
That's what he does. Respect. It should be MPNR. Money, power, and no respect.
What a beautiful slam backbreaker. Look at Tyrino. Tyrino is done. His face isn't even in this anymore.
Look at Shaheem getting involved again.
What is Johnny Cisco doing out here?
Johnny Cisco is doing his best to stop Loudy from getting involved.
Is this Fuji Dustin? What is going on?
It's a spine buster. Tyrino is in control of this. No, what a spine buster.
No, this is not happening. There's no way. There is no way he's getting up for powerbomb.
He's up. No way. Powerbomb. He's like this. 1, 2, 3. And he is no longer. That is it. You see it right there. He is no longer a loser. Can you admit he's not a loser? Look at that.
He's still a loser. You know why? Because he had that Johnny Cisco
right there. He did exactly as he was supposed to. He fought out. Johnny Cisco got involved. Cost Loudy his ability to interfere with the match, and now he is no longer flawless. He has his revenge.
You are such a hypocrite. You are such a hypocrite. It's not even funny.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. I don't want anybody to hear it.
I'm not a hypocrite at all.
You're not a hypocrite. You're not a hypocrite. You condone the actions. You condone the actions of Loudy and his band of thugs. Right. When somebody else gets involved to interrupt Loudy, you do nothing about it.
Because they have no business in the match.
Look at this. Shaheem attacking with somebody who's not even involved with him anymore after the match is over.
Look. If Johnny Cisco wants to get a big Buddha splash. Look, if Johnny Cisco wants to get involved, it's highly deplorable.
This is deplorable. He should be suspended and he should be fined for his actions.
Look,
this is wrong. And get Tyrino out of here. Get them off of it.
Listen to me.
This is wrong.
Listen to me. If Tyrino wants to have Johnny Cisco come out and save his match, he deserves every bit of punishment that money, power, respect is giving to him right now.
They're attacking the referee. This is deplorable. This is wrong.
Slick wanted to interject himself in the match. This wasn't even his match to officiate. He deserves this too. Money and power and respect demand respect.
Fines should be handed down. Suspensions should be made. These guys should be out of ACW.
Johnny Cisco for interjecting himself in a match that he didn't even belong in.
Loudy's been interjecting himself in matches all night.
He's the manager. He's the vocal mouth.
Don't even know Johnny Cisco was acting on behalf of Tyrino.
It was obvious. You saw it. He tripped up Loudy. Loudy Fuji dusted Buddha.
We got a new situation going on here. We can hold off for a moment. What is this?
What is going on here? What's going on?
Could there be dissension in MPR right here?
No, MPR is fine. Money, power, respect is fine. You watch. Loudy will take care of all of this.
Could Buddha be about to do the only good thing he's done tonight?
No, it's not going to happen. They are a unit. They are a cohesive bond.
Put your He's Buddha, what are you doing? This is amazing. This is what needs to happen. This is for the good of the ACPW. The first good thing that Buddha and Shaheem have done all night.
Now, Buddha
they have sent their manager a message, and that message is that he is fired. Buddha Shaheen, you mark my words. You will not see the last of Rowdy. Trust me. If I know Rowdy, which I do, he will be back, and you will pay for the sins that you have committed. If he's going to come back, he's going to need to find some new clients, because obviously he is now clientless.
He has the money. He has the power. Trust me, Rowdy's got something up his sleeve. He has insurance policies. Trust me.
Kids, he doesn't do that twice in one night.
The main event, acpw Junior Heavyweight Championship, and who better to headline this show than the longest reigning Junior Heavyweight Champion in acpw history, Aramis.
Aramis, of course, one of the best local talents that Philadelphia has to offer. He is truly growing into his own.
It would be enough. It would be enough to take out his opponent.
And now time for the current Junior Heavyweight Champion of acpw, LA Primo. LA Primo, of course, was brought up with the same legs of CM Punk.
And we got Brian Danielson, they all train together. LA Primo, obviously a hella talent. He's electric in the ring. Can he defeat the longest reigning acpw Junior Heavyweight Champion, Aramis? You know, it was recently reported on acpw.com that Pele Primo was initially supposed to wrestle Trent Acid.
But where is Trent Acid?
You know, Trent Acid, he has better things to do than come out and face Pele Primo. He has enough confidence in Aramis that he didn't need to be here tonight. Pele Primo is below Trent Acid. Pele Primo may be the acpw Junior Heavyweight Champion. He may be a national superstar, but he is nothing compared to the international superstar of Trent Acid. Titles across the
It sounds to me that Trent Acid may be a little scared of the upcoming superstar that is Pele Primo.
Do not confuse caution with fear.
True respect, you can see right there, that is the respect I've been talking about. Two superstars in the ring with the mutual respect and mutual admiration for each other. They know they're about to put on a decent show for this crowd tonight.
But you know what? Respect will get you nowhere in this business. It really will not. What matters is what you do in the ring. You can shake hands, you can hug and high five as much as you want, but in the end, you are there to beat your opponent down. You are there to get the 3 count or the tap out, and it's all about the gold. Respect means nothing. Respect is the person holding the title.
But Pele Primo has made his way to this point with respect and with regard for his opponents, and he is your junior champion, is he not?
Pele Primo made it here because of his immense talent. Pele Primo is an exceptional athlete, don't get me wrong, but respect has nothing to do with it. And you know what? Pele Primo would further his career if he gave up the respect for the fans, the respect for his opponent, and joined up with an international stud like Trent Acid. Trent Acid could take his entire career to leaps and bounds. Beautiful deep arm drag. You know what? As was also written on acpw.com, this match definitely has the potential to be match of the year quality. I've seen Aramis wrestle many, many times over his career, and I've seen Pele Primo wrestle all across this country. I know what both of these men are capable of.
Oh, and a shoulder block into the turnbuckle.
But it's that aggression.
The second time.
It's that aggression that Aramis is showing. Is the reason why he's going to walk out of here ACPW Junior Heavyweight Champion.
And Pele versus another arm drag takeover. He locks in the mercy lock.
You know, if Pele Primo,
that arm.
If Primo really thinks he's going to win this match by bending his wrist, that ain't gonna happen.
And he holds it. Look at this, magnanimous in front of this crowd, calling for their attention, calling for their support. Impressive, never say the least. Again, applying that pressure to that forearm and that wrist. Aramis is going to be feeling that pain.
Pele Primo's really trying to work that arm. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, do not miss this. March 13th, Saturday, March 13th, right back here at the Northeast Community Center. ACPW returns to another incredible show. Check out acpw.com.
Incredible series of counters and moves revolting between those two. Amazing! Truly display of talent. There's a reason these two are facing each other for this championship match.
You condone this too? Hey, you yell at everybody else for taking a breath outside of the ring. What makes Aramis any different?
There is no difference. So again, he needs to get back into the ring and face his opponent. Taking a breather is not a decent thing to do.
Look, have you ever wrestled a match in your life? Do you have any idea what kind of athletic skill it takes? If they need to take a break, then let
Pele Primo goes to that top rope. Aramis really to get to his feet. He's sizing him up, Pele Primo. Aramis catches him, holds him. Oh, and Pele somehow manages to keep his balance. Into a backbreaker.
Beautiful tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. That was a spine-shattering backbreaker. That is definitely going to ground Pele Primo a little bit.
Pele Primo is hurting. Aramis takes his opportunity to take a breath inside of the ring where it should be taking.
Look, you do what you have to do to win. Okay, if bailing out of the ring to regain your frame of mind is what it takes, then that's what
he holds him up. Look at that. An amazing display of power. And a strong suplex.
You know, I would like to commend the ACPW for putting on a main event like this. It is not everywhere that the junior heavyweights are able to main event like this. But ACPW gave them a shot. That is the new initiative that our new commissioner is trying to bring. He's trying to give the young guys, the young studs, a chance to show their stuff and prove that they can hang with guys like Gemini.
You and I can agree on that. A beautiful suplex.
But if you honestly think at the next show Pele Primo has a shot against Gemini, you are sadly mistaken. Gemini will squash him like a cockroach. Pele Primo taking a few shots. And a running knee lift by Aramis. Stop
smart
momentum.
Good counter.
And see, that's what smart wrestlers do. That is why he is the longest reigning
strong scoop slam. Put into an almost camel clutch.
Working on that back, obviously. He destroyed with that tilt-to-world backbreaker earlier in the match. That scoop slam didn't help much either. Aramis is really working on that back, trying to ground the high-flying Pele Primo, and who can blame him?
Amazing ring presence by the young superstar.
That is what you have to do against a guy like Pele Primo. If he wants to fly, you ground him. You take out his back, you take out his legs, you take out his entire base and all of his mobility.
And Aramis is doing just that right now.
Exactly. Aramis is the most, he's incredibly intelligent, and it shows. Look at him. Focusing
back into the turnbuckle.
Focusing further on that back.
Ooh, he's driving that knee, grinding it into the back of young Pele Primo.
Pele Primo's in a lot of trouble. Oh, the knees into the spine again.
Pele Primo may be suffering from severe back damage after that.
In trouble.
This should be it. And somehow Pele Primo finds a way to dig in deep and again kick out.
That's the will of a champion. And I give Pele Primo his respect. What's he going for? Is that he's going for the testament.
Impressive. Small package roll. And Aramis kicks out.
Excellent counter out of the testament.
And Aramis quickly shuts down that resurgence from the young superstar.
And you know what? I'd give Aramis nothing but the utmost credit. He saw that Pele Primo was trying as hard as he possibly could to fight back into this match, to gain some momentum, and he stopped him in his tracks just like that. That is what real champions do. Pele Primo is just a placeholder. He is a transition back to Aramis, and that clothesline. It's exactly what I'm
side apron. You know that there's less padding there. That's brutal. Both contestants are on the outside of the ring now. Senior referee Malcolm Slick trying to get them back into the ring so they can continue this contest under a normal set of rules.
Pele Primo was an excellent champion. You got to give credit where credit is due.
And he kills again somehow.
Tonight will be the end of Pele Primo. You watch. You mark my words. I've been right the entire night.
Oh, what a forearm. He's somehow finding some strength to come back. And Aramis again trying to shut down that resurgence.
Fujiwara armbar.
He's got that locked in. And a quick 2 count. Aramis finds a way to get out of that.
You're not going to beat Aramis with a quick pin like that. It's just not going to happen.
Pele Primo trying to get the crowd back into it as best as he can. Aramis with a shoulder block. Putting on the offensive. Attacking that back again.
Yeah, some poor schmuck's getting towed. You know, I'm just really happy that it's not my Bentley that's getting towed.
Both competitors are down. Senior referee is making the counts.
This is an incredible matchup. What a main event this is here in the first show of 2010. Both of these men are looking to make their mark. And they really are making their marks on each other's faces now.
Oh, a series of counters there leads into a DDT that drives Aramis' face deep into the mats.
Pele's getting into it.
He's feeling a resurgence. Aramis may not be able to shut down this resurgence.
And trust me, Aramis has something up his sleeve. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, and another decent uppercut. He's going to the top ropes. Pele looking to go superstar. He frames him up. Oh! And Aramis Aramis is down.
Impact DDT. That should be it.
Aramis.
Nope. Aramis. I don't know where he gets that from. That was a barbaric DDT. Most normal men will not kick out of that. What's that flip? Oh, what a beautiful leg drop. Did you see the elevation on that?
That leg came down across his trachea. I'd be surprised if he was able to breathe very well after
He's
that.
going for the testament. There it is! Testament!
That could
That's
get him
eight. The testament. 1, 2.
Probably Primo manages to get out of it. Unbelievable.
Aramis is beside himself. He hit the testament. A brutal barbaric neckbreaker. That should have been it.
Looks like he's going to pick him up for a powerbomb. The Pele pulls through. Oh, and a stop to the chest. Pele is getting back on top.
That's what Pele's setting him up for. After the double stomp.
For some sort of top rope maneuver.
Aramis is not moving. He drove the win right out of him. It looked like he may have overshot him a wee bit. The cover. 1, 2. No. Either Aramis rolled out of the way or Pele overshot just a little bit. I couldn't really tell, but either way, Aramis is back on the offensive.
And this match continues. Oh, and Aramis is pushed off the ropes. Lands squarely on his back. Pele sits atop the top rope. Oh, another DDT.
Jackknife pin 1, 2, 3,
and Pele retains his title.
Pele Primo has just defeated the longest reigning Nation of Junior Heavyweight Champion,
and he retains his title.
I am totally shocked here, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible contest that was. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on our very first show of 2010. We thank you for all the fans in attendance, for everybody watching at home. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to join us Saturday, March 13th, right here at Northeast Community Center for our next show.
ACPW comes back in 2010, and the world champion is apparently too good to show up to defend his belt. Well, you know what? Pele Primo did show up to defend his belt. And I did what I've been doing in ACPW since I got here. I've been working my tail off. I've been winning the big matches. I've been showing up. Maybe someone else should follow suit. Because of that, this is the most important title in ACPW. And if someone wants to step in the ring and argue that with me, I'll slap the tattooed eyebrows right off your face.